You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I learned a few things from a doctor when I went up to Illinois the other day. When they tested the thing, under the previous administration, they were doing it at 40 cycles. So at 40 cycles, if you walk through something and you got, let's say you got two, whatever, minute little cells that came into your body, and it wasn't even close. Your body went in there and said, bam, killed it.
Right.
At 40 cycles, it automatically picks it up and they say, hey, you're positive.
Right.
Even though you never felt it, you never really were positive. I mean, it came in, your body killed it. Okay, 40 cycles. Then they dropped it down to 26, 28 cycles.
Right.
And then it actually shows, okay, it misses a lot of those. So the rate going down is actually a manufactured scientific thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the amount of cycles, they're saying, oh, look at all these people that were infected. Well, yeah, there was a lot of people infected. But now you're testing for less.
Would you say those guys may have the cure for Alpad 19?
No, I'm not saying that. I'd never say that because I think everybody's different. What I am saying is that there is power in mind over matter. There is power in centering yourself and saying, I need to do the right things to do this, like exercise and, eating the right food and taking care of yourself and living in the realm of common sense. Remember, what's our rule here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, never be smarter than common sense. Right.
Yeah.
Try living that way, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's hard to do that, even for us.
Well, according to new science, we can actually change our own DNA. We have the capability to change our own DNA. What do you think about that?
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No.
You don't believe that we are the shapeshifters? I mean, if we use 10% of our brain and there's that other 90% left over, what can we do? I mean, there's amazing feats that are done by people every day, and we say, oh, well, it was adrenaline. Boy working on his car, little old, 100-pound mom comes out, lifts the car up, pulls her son out. Well, it was just adrenaline. But was it? And if she can do it one time with adrenaline, why couldn't we train our bodies to be able to do it? I'll give you an example.
Right.
Hot stove. How many times do you put your hands on a hot stove? Once, right?
Yeah.
And you pull away so fast. Why can't we use the same muscles that we trigger when we pull away from that for something constructive?
Right.
Baseball, football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'll give you another example. I love these videos, like the mom and dad videos, like, being a real dad. There's a video with the dad and he's reading like this, right? And the baby's playing behind him and the baby starts falling. He's reading a book and he reaches his arm out like this and catches the baby. How did he know that baby was falling?
I don't know.
It was a sixth sense, right?
Right.
So we got it, right?
Yeah.
I
know.
You know where I'm going with this.
I do. I mean, I've had things like that happen to me before. I could tell you a story about my little nephew when he was little.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
it.
it.
A baby.
Wait. We got to.
This is something like you're talking about.
Well, I want to hear it, man.
What it was, we had an upstairs apartment, and me and the wife lived at it for a while. And our little nephew came over to visit with his aunt, uncle. Well, I guess he was taller. He was just starting to walk, I guess. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, he lost his balance.
Ooh.
Guess what? At the top of the steps, he was going, hitting him, head and everything on the way down.
Right.
He got to the bottom. Guess who caught him at the bottom of the steps? Uncle D. Had my arms out, I kid you not, and he landed right in my arms like I was holding him.
Really?
You could not.
Was he scared?
It was like right out of a movie, man.
That's awesome.
But that made me so happy because I was afraid that kid was going to die. Oh, my goodness.
I want to get to some beer facts.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a couple things on here that I wanted to talk about. They found a 400-year-old English coin in Maryland. I want to talk about that tomorrow because I think that we should have a show mentioning some of the little things. I was watching a couple documentaries last night where now they found a graveyard of little people.
Ooh.
In Wyoming. They found a graveyard of people that never grew more than 36 inches.
Wow.
My sister said I handed over to see my phone better, and a heavy thing fell off the wall right then and crushed everything on the table right where it had been. See? I'm telling you, there's some weird things that go on.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't explain them. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we need to stop trying to explain them and start exploring our inner self. How far would you drive for a dessert?
I don't know, probably an hour.
Well, this one woman, Vicky G, traveled a total of 7 hours driving from Cambridge to Barnsley to get her hands on a Biscoff pudding from Dolly's Desserts. Would you drive 7 hours?
No.
See, now I would drive 7 hours to go to like a barbecue cook-off. Would you?
That would be different.
You think it'd be different than going?
Because that's going to be an all-day event. This is just going to be, I'm going to go there, I'm going to sample and eat, and then I'm going to run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to enjoy your whole day just doing that. You're going to enjoy your day more at the barbecue cook-off because there's so much competition.
Well, there's some truth to that.
Right.
Graveyard, because short people got no reason to live. No, this goes back to Black Hawk Indian mythology.
Yeah.
And they said that's what it was.
Yeah.
Until now, the Sioux, there's a whole bunch of ancient Indian stuff. And guess what?
Yeah.
There's pyroglyphs, not the paintings, but the rock cuttings.
Yeah.
There's pyroglyphs in like 5 different Indian cultures up there with 2 things that weren't explainable until now. One,
right.
UFOs. And come June, the American government's going to stop lying to the American people, I hope. And the other is little people.
Right.
And oh, by the way, Lewis and Clark, when they went out there, the Indians talked to them about it. They documented it, and
right.
Lewis and Clark asked them to take them to them.
Right.
And the Black Hawk Indians said no, because 300 of their best warriors had been brutally savaged by the little people.
Right.
Why is that part omitted in our high school teachings of Lewis and Clark?
I know.
It's in the museum. You can read about their writings about it. I don't know. I find it crazy.
But I don't want to interrupt your current story, but I'm getting back to the last one. It made me think of another superpower that happened to me. And that's all I could call it.
Go for it.
And I think I've told you about this one in private.
Superpower.
My uncle was working on Silverado one day that I had.
Okay.
He was underneath the right or left tire wheel. We had it parked in the yard, and it was a rainy, soggy day.
I remember you telling me about this.
And it was like the rains that we had this past week where it just constantly rained and rained and rained. The truck, I kept telling him we need to park it on closer to the road because he lived at the dead end of the road. Nobody would say anything.
Right.
But no, he didn't listen. I went back out, and the truck started falling out from underneath the jack. I saw it, and I literally sprinted to my truck. Of course, I'm in my mid-20s then. I could really sprint.
Long ways from 58.
And I ran up right. And it was like 38 going on 28. But I went over there. The only thing that came to me is like, it's going to fall on his head. So I went underneath the tire real well, bent my legs, just lifted the truck straight up like this, and told him, get out of there. Get out of there. Don't even worry about it. Just get out of there.
Wow.
And,
See?
saved my uncle's life.
It's there.
My uncle told me, he said, I don't know how you did that.
Our abilities are there.
I don't know how. It just amazed him.
Whether we choose to harness them and find our inner self, I think there's a lot to that.
Yeah.
I do. You know what? Maybe should we leave the 40 beer things?
I don't know. You can finish up your story.
Well, no. I think that what we're talking about is good, and there's 40 of them on here. I just want to say, do you know that McDonald's everywhere else but the U.S. sells beer at McDonald's?
Did not know that. No, probably German would be one.
Germans, yeah. My son makes fun of me because I don't drink Budweiser.
Yeah,
that's a cooking beer. It's not a drinking beer.
I liked Bud Ice back in the day when I drank.
Well, that's what you grab if you want to get messed up. Is you grab some ice.
Yeah,
that kind of ice.
Yeah.
There was a guy that partially recovered his vision with LG jeans.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I mean, we're finding some of this really important stuff like snail slime soap, the things that it's doing, reversing age. I was thinking about getting you some for Christmas.
Oh, God.
Would you use it?
No. That'd be make a good re-gift.
Well, I think here's a story that I haven't got to. We really should. We have a responsibility as decent human beings to take care of our earth.
Right.
Okay. And we talked about a story just the other day where a guy was selling, I believe it was whiskey or ale. I don't remember, but it was from apples that came from Chernobyl, right?
Right.
Did you hear about Chernobyl now? Chernobyl's been in the back of our minds. They're taking people there. Right. Chernobyl's nuclear fuel is smoldering again and could be on fire. Tons of nuclear fuel wrecked plant's basement, in a wrecked plant's basement, has started to react again, and it's showing no signs of stopping. So this cleanup is going on, right?
Right.
But now one of the main chambers that they're trying to clean up, keep in mind, this is underground. It's in a basement, and it's on fire again.
Mm.
It will explode again.
Right.
Do you think that the people, the money gods, are going to stop the tours of Chernobyl? Do you think they're going to get the people out of there because they're selling liquor made from apples that are around, it was called radioactive, whatever it was, beer. And the Secret Service of Russia actually Ukraine went and stopped them from selling it. I mean, literally, we're out here and we're yelling about this and we're yelling about that, and Chernobyl's on fire again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chernobyl's on fire again, and we're worried about this other petty stuff.
I hear you.
This is a real thing.
It is. I mean, it's a do damage to the environment. That will.
Yeah. Well, it's very.
It's already done it before.
Well, this could hurt people.
Yeah.
This could hurt animals that have nothing to do with the idiocy of human beings wanting to be super rich.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That is.
When you start cutting corners and you're willing to sacrifice other things.
You're sacrificing the public for your riches.
I don't like that.
And I don't either.
Go get this cleaned up. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
How many other of these, Fukushima?
Right.
Is that fixed? Is it over? Is it done?
Don't think so.
There were water cars available just,
I know.
40 years ago.
I don't know. There's still stuff in the soil. That's what I believe.
Well, there is.
I'm a conspiracy nihilist, I'm telling you.
Tomorrow we need to talk about some of the things going on in America, the new stuff, the little people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll touch on the giants.
Right.
Plus we'll talk about 40 beer fun facts. What do you think
Sounds
of
like
that?
a great show to me.
Yeah. Well, and tomorrow it's donut time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's donut time.
Yeah. We haven't talked about
Hump day.
donuts in a while.
Yeah. Or Chuck Norris. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Maybe it's
I watched
because
him.
Chuck's ate all the donuts.
It was recently his 80th birthday.
Oh.
And he's out there still kicking butt. You know what I
He
mean?
is.
They actually have a video of him out there.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
doing it, 80 years old.
Oh, yeah.
It's, it's good to have goals to set.
Yeah.
They're lofty. But Chuck Norris, number 2, 80 years old.
That's why the Foo Fighters sang the song Hero. It was all based on Chuck Norris.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Folks, you have a wonderful day. Enjoy it. It's already the 25th of May. It's already, the good times are rolling by. You know what I'm saying?
Let the good times roll.
Rolling, right? We love you.
Love you guys.
I'm glad you were able to be here for our 69th show.
Yeah, I'm glad I was here because yesterday I was a little out of it, folks.
A little?
Eyeball-wise, I was twitching. Now I ain't talking about Twitch either.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you.
Love you guys. See you.